Hey guys, Lou here. Want to talk to you today about how we perceive ourselves and how that may affect our journey in life and transformation in our body. The reason this kind of came to light, I was speaking to a client yesterday who's just come on board with me. I've known her for some time, and when we were talking, she was telling me how she's not happy with her body. When she sent me over her pictures, I thought, you know, they look okay. However, she was really unhappy with how she looked, and she also shared with me that she'd never felt like the pretty one and among her friends. And I said to her in that moment, I was like, you know, it's funny, perceive ourselves completely different to what others perceive us, because I think, you know, her photos looked good and that she's a really pretty girl. But then I have to remind myself it's not about what I think, it's what she thought. So this is what kind of brought me to thinking about it. And I think as women, it's something we're really good at is being self-critical and not seeing the good in ourselves sometimes. However, when it comes to transforming our body, I suppose it's really important what we think about ourselves and what we believe in ourselves. And I know I've done that, even now that I'm in shape and stuff. You know, there's still times where I say to my husband, "Are you sure this looks okay?" And he'll say, "You always look great, doesn't matter what you wear." And I'll be like, "Yeah, but does it look okay?" And I was thinking back to when I was at my worst time, so that I can maybe be relatable here. And probably when I had my little guy, my body was a completely different shape. My husband never ever said, you know, he always said, you know, I like your body the way it is. It's, you know, you're fine, you're beautiful, and it just always went over my head because that's not how I felt. And probably a great example, which was just before I started coming on to my turning point, was our Christmas night out this year. And I'd got a dress that I probably hadn't tried to try on in a long time. And are we back? We're back. And I remember feeling a bit self-conscious before I went out, and my husband saying, "Lou, you look fab, you look beautiful as always, come on, let's go." And you thinking, "Oh, should I really wear this?" And when I went on the night out, everyone's saying the exact same thing, "Wow, you look amazing." But I didn't feel amazing. Underneath I felt disgusting, if I'm blatantly honest. And looking at my photos now, I know that I didn't look like that, but that's how I felt. And no matter how many people told me how wonderful I looked, it wasn't going to sink in. And the point I'm trying to make is that what you think about yourself is most important, because that's what's going to make you most happy. Sometimes we think we want compliments from other people, and we want other people to tell us we look great, but unless we really love ourselves, I suppose, how can we take compliments from other people? And that was an exact, I suppose, I've got all these things popping up on my screen. That was a great example with me, that people were still giving me compliments even after I had my little boy. But it didn't matter to me, because that's not how I felt I looked anymore. And I suppose what I'm trying to say, there's a couple of things I'm trying to say. First of all, ladies, we need to give ourselves a break, because we're all beautiful in our own way. But if we're at that breaking point where when we have our clothes on we don't feel good, when we take our clothes off we feel even worse, there's only one person who can make that change, and that is you. And you need to look at all these excuses that you're making for reasons that you can't, and actually maybe put yourself first and think, well, actually me feeling good about myself and me being important is something that I need to start thinking about. Because at the end of the day, when you feel good about yourself, everything else in your life starts to feel a bit better. And I, for one, can vouch for that. I made some massive changes in the last 6 months, not only in my body, but in my work. I owned one of the biggest dance studios in Dumfries and Galloway, and I completely lost my love for it, because I was torn between that and my little boy and how I was feeling. And I made a massive decision. I was like, I need to get rid of this. I want to go back in and help women, go back coaching again, and I did it, and I've never looked back. So it's you that has to make this change. But if you're a partner or a family member or a friend, what's important to remember as well is not to get frustrated at somebody when you're complimenting them and they don't take it, especially if you really do think, you know, they're gorgeous, there's nothing wrong with them, because it's what they think that counts. So don't stop giving them the compliments. It will thicken and it does help, but give them a break and maybe just give them the support, because sometimes, believe it or not, people do come and they say, even when they're training with us, I just don't have the support from family, they don't understand this new nutrition plan I'm on. And here at the end of the day, if you really love your partner, your daughter, your sister, your wife, your friend, you'll give them the support they need. Yeah, so even if it's different to what you know, if it's working for them and it's going to make them feel better, then why would you not support them and say, do you know what, well done, because it's going to make that person feel better. So hopefully this video has helped a little bit. It was just something that was on my mind. Like I've said already, I think us ladies are maybe quite bad for not taking the positives in ourselves. So maybe it's worth looking at yourself today and thinking, do you know what positives are there about myself? And if you're really struggling, you need to start making a change. You need to move forward. It'll be the best thing you've ever done. But let's give ourselves a break, because we're all beautiful. And if you're a family member or someone who needs to support someone, make sure you do that. Don't get frustrated with them. Give them the compliment. And I suppose, ladies, let's take the compliment. Take the compliment on board and start using it to make things better. But at the end of the day, it's how we perceive ourselves. And I suppose, I've said this already, we need to love ourselves, and sometimes we need to love ourselves before we can let other people love us as well. And that can maybe hurt a little bit, but it's certainly true. And I know it's certainly true for me. I certainly, before I made big changes to both my transformation and to what I did with my life, I was completely pushing my husband away. I didn't want him. I didn't. He even said that I felt like he didn't love me anymore, and I suppose part of me, it wasn't that I didn't love myself anymore, and I had to find all that again. And some people might think, God, that's pretty heavy to share on Facebook, but if it helps someone else realise, I don't really care. I'm looking at things at the moment and thinking I went through a really bad time so I can help other people. So it's how we perceive ourselves. Let's do something about it. Let's support each other, and let's create a strong brand of strong women. See you later, guys. Have a fab day.